On the inside, and then came Sharper to fifth, closely being followed by County Tyrone. A length to far was 3/4 to 8, see nothing, followed by Pentastic. There's Hugs Dancer off and running at the 1700 metres, being followed then at the head of the other horses by Bold Bard, and Jardine's Lookout is also taking off mid-race. They're followed by Debit and Turmeric. A length and a half further back in the field, Maccabi Diva, and then came Big Pat on the inside. 1.5 further back is Yakama, being followed out towards the 1400 metres then by She's Archie, and then came Grey Song. A length and a half to Mr. Prudent. He's followed by Distinctly Secret. Holy Orders next to last, and last on the outside, Piace. At the 1200 metres, and Mill Street made play in the cup. He's out by 4 lengths. Zagalia second, Marmul 2 lengths away third, followed by Frightening. Hugs Dancers moved up to fifth, the outside from County Tyrone Sharpeter. Then came Jardine's Lookout, a length to Ain't Seen Nothing. Far was, and then Bold Bard, trailed by Pentastic. 1.5 further back is Turmeric, and then came Devon. Maccabi Diva 15 at least from the leader, trailed by She's Archie, and they were followed then by Mr. Prudent and Grey Song. Well back is Big Pat and the Yakama as they came to the turn, and then came Piace. Holy Orders drops out last. They're on the bend at the 600 metres now, and Mill Street the leader. Out after it, Zagalia, Frightening, and Hugs Dancer joins in 4 wide. Just behind them is Mamul as they corner from County Tyrone, and then Jardine's Lookout. Here comes Grey Song down the outside, and Yakama the widest runner. Zagalia at the 300, Frightening with Maccabi Diva going for a run. She's finishing hard, and wider out now. Pentastic is joining in, and She's Archie runs on, but Maccabi Diva shot away. She's out by 2 lengths to She's Archie. Pentastic and Zagalia. Maccabi Diva in front. She's Archie tries hard, but Maccabi Diva wins the cup. She's Archie second. Photo third, either Pentastic or Jardine's Lookout, with close up on the inside Zagalia, and they were trailed further back by Distinctly Secret and Grey Song from Yakama, Mr. Prudent, and then Hugs Dancer. Further back is Frightening, and then came Big Pat, County Tyrone, Holy Orders, Ain't Seen Nothing, Devon. For was Piace, Turmeric. Well back is Bold Bard, followed further back by Sharpeter, and Mill Street is second last. Mamul has finished last in the cup. Maccabi Diva has won the Melbourne Cup.
And brilliantly ridden by Glenn Boss. What a win. Good on you, Bossy. Coverage of the race brought to you by Magic Millions. That was one heck of a ride. He was very patient on the mare, and when he was about anything up to 15th on the home turn, he looked for those runs on the inside, didn't come out wide, just waited and waited, and she shot to the lead, held off She's Archie and Jardine's Lookout. The Quinella will pay $245. As Bossy waves to the crowd, $277 for the exacta, $13,203, the 12-17-1 trifecta. Pentastic was fourth. That first 4, one in New South Wales, $105,243. $105,243 for the 12-17-1 and 5 first 4. Well, what a race. The Melbourne Cup, it always is, and there is Glenn Boss. And there's one bloke that you knew was going to get excited, and he does that. He's done that before, and he's won derbies and other things. That's his little move. I wonder if he does that on the dance floor. But he gets very excited. He's a terrific rider, a real nice bloke, Glenn Boss, too. And pleased to see him win the Cup today on the beautifully prepared Maccabi Diva. David Hall knew exactly what he was doing with the mare. He didn't want to run her on Saturday. He said she was right. She'd galloped brilliantly, and he was spot on with her. She's Archie ran a heck of a race, like a few people expected. She was regarded as one of the best outsiders in the race. And then you had a terrific run by the import, Jardine's Lookout. Pentastic didn't quite get the 2 miles again, as Glenn Boss returns along the Flemington Roses there. And Andrew, that is one heck of a scene.
David, congratulations. Everything has just gone planned.
Yeah, the plan 12 months ago. And it just doesn't happen with horses.
Unfortunately, Andrew, we've got a problem there. That's just cutting out that microphone. With so many people around there today, it's we'll see if we can just get things to respond a little better there with the reception. And that's a sea of faces and people, and they're all clapping Maccabi Diva as she returns, and Glenn Boss after a fantastic win in the Melbourne Cup. And so those emotional scenes you always see after the Cup and no exception today. Looking to the heavens, Glenn Boss. All right, we better calm down. We'll be having more from Flemington in a moment, but they are moving in at Morfordville. Leslie booking at 15, Affliction at 880, Connoisseur at 12, and 18 for Major. They're the main hopes here for race 5 in 5. Now, a short time ago, we caught up with the winning Melbourne Cup jockey, Glenn Boss.
It would have been enough for you just to ride again.
Oh.
Now you're a Melbourne Cup winner.
Oh, mate, honestly, I said to Letzi, I've won a lot of big races and the feeling's always great, but I'm lost for words. The feeling I've got, it's just, my whole body's just tingling, and now I know what Ollie and them felt, last year, and when he's won cups, and they can't tell you, but until you win one yourself, I tell you what, that last 200 metres is the longest 200 metres I've ever been through.
The ride of your life?
Mate, I give her such a good ride. I'm not rapping myself, but she gave me a great ride throughout the race, and I just stayed towards the fence, and the runs just kept coming. It was just like I was in the zone. I just, everywhere I went, it was happening for me. It was just like it was meant to be, and I've got a lot to thank Tony, the owner, and David for getting this horse such a great prep.
Just finally, do you realise now for the rest of your life, wherever you go in this country, they're going to be pointing at you and saying, that guy rode a Melbourne Cup winner?
I know I'll be pointing at myself tonight. I'll give you the
Well done, Bossy. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yep, he's a terrific bloke, Glenn Boss, and that's a very, very good ride at Melbourne Cup. He'll never, ever forget this day. Fantastic. 9, 10, 370, 1370 and 1170, 245 Quinella, 277 Exacta, 13,203 Trifecta, and 105,243, the first 4 for New South Wales on the Melbourne Cup. Of 12, 17, 1 and 5, and Mamool ran last. For those that do have those in sweeps, Mamool last. Sentimental 2 of the 220 favourite at Randwick, and that's coming up in 3 minutes from now. Let's get the late mail from Tony Brassel.
Race 5 at Randwick, and the selections here, 5-2.
The winning trainer and jockey, here they are on Sky. How about that, boys?
Oh, look, it doesn't come any better than that. There's no doubt about it. It's 12 months planning. It's just to pull it all off today. And, along the way, you sort of got to think about how hard it is to do. And then the big build-up. Bossy's ride was just magic, He sat and never got flustered about anything. It happens every year. They all take off at the 800. We spoke about that. Just hold. But what a great mare,
What about it, Glenn? What about it, mate?
Oh, she gave me a great ride. The pace was a bit stop-start, and a couple of times she wanted to get on the bit, and I just kept talking to her, and she kept coming back to me. Honestly, it was like I was right in the zone. Everywhere I went, she was taking me, and she felt like the winner about 500, and I just thought, well, we need a bit of luck here. And, everything was getting flushed out, going out wide, and we spoke about this last night. David said, just count the 10 and sit and wait, because she's still got a bit of that sprint in her.
Got to get to the presentation. Give him a big hug again, Bossy. Go on, give him one like you gave him one before. Glenn, go and enjoy it, boys. There we go. David Hall and Glenn Boss, the winning combination, along with the horse, of course, Maccabi Diva.
All right, Andrew, and that was only hug number 2. You can lose count by midnight tonight, I'll tell you. So very happy and well done. David Hall, master trainer, and master jock, Glenn Boss. Now, at Randwick, the runners are getting set now for the running of this 5th event on the card, where Sentimental Tour is the 220 favourite. Eagle Farm ratings on the next. Looking ahead as the runners get set Randwick. Lawler is the 100 rater, rating special. Narina Squeal Aquileo.
And having his first start since June. He went to Queanbeyan recently to trial. He won a trial there. Previous race here was a long while ago, and Lord of Lords won well. Number 2, Hugh Bowman, beat 4 Pensive Warfare, 12 Z Action, and 1 ran 4 Stadium. Jinmar, the 3rd winner, Alonga Magic, the 2nd, and Glossy Games won the 1st. Now in goes Major, and the way is paved for Raffin Glow. And Raffin Glow, down from Newcastle, walking in, and it looks as though we're all set now. This is race 5 at Randwick. They're off this time. Sentimental Tour was last out. Major jumped out pretty well, so did Affliction and Booking, and on the inside going up rather quickly as they settle down Connoisseur. And after about 250, it's Affliction leading narrowly from Booking, Connoisseur, Just Imagine, and then Abolition followed by Major Raff and Glow. Sentimental Tour didn't jump well as second last, and 2.5 to McAlbert. Down to the 650 they travel. Affliction can't get to the rails and leads narrowly now. Booking second, a length away third, Connoisseur. Just Imagine going up quickly, and deeper still is Major. Then Abolition, Sentimental Tour will be the widest of all. Second last is Raff and Glow, and 2.5 to McAlbert. Around the corner they travel, and Just Imagine hits the front narrowly from Major. Affliction's dropped off Booking. Sentimental Tour is starting to come down the outside pretty quickly, and as they race to the 200 marker, Sentimental Tour quickly race to Major, and Just Imagine, Connoisseur, and McAlbert from a long way back, but the short price favourite, Sentimental Tour, is doing it nicely. Connoisseur can't match him, and Sentimental Tour is going to win it well from Connoisseur. Major got third, then Abolition, Raff and Glow, McAlbert, Just Imagine followed by Affliction, and Absolute was Booking. Too good for them, the favourite, number 5. 5, 8 and 10 will be the numbers. The winner's done a good job after bungling the start a wee bit by the very successful Encosta de Lago from China Tiller, trained by Danny Williams at Goulburn, and the first up since the 9th of June. Number 5 will be the winner when the number goes up, and has clocked 104.91, 104.91. So the winner will be number 5, Sentimental Tour, Len Beasley, for Danny Williams and quite a number of owners, including the well-known rugby union identities Alan Cardy and Simon Poitevin. 5, 8, 10 and 2. Sentimental Tour first. Connoisseur second by Hennessy from Bow Street, trained by John Morris, written by Ronnie Stewart. And number 10 Major third by Zedida from Discriminate, Kevin Robinson, Jason Lee. 2 was the official fourth, and that was Abolition. Just Imagine didn't go on with it, but he was simply too good for them, Sentimental Tour. He had been inclined to just mix his form a little bit last campaign. He has always had the ability, and he really displayed it this afternoon, and has run out a winner by a comfortable margin. Now some totes about to come up on the previous.
Flemington, the people still celebrating the win. Those who backed Makybe Diva, and there were plenty. She was, I think, started second or third favourite. The presentations continue of the Tui's new Melbourne Cup. Bossy having a quenching thirst drink after a terrific ride there. Okay, so the presentations continue on at Flemington, and the runners are getting around to the start there at Eagle Farm. On that the race will run late. It is due in about 9 minutes, but I would say that they will run late for the Hong Kong Jockey Club plate, and it's over the 1800, and there's a big field here too of 16 to go around. And So Assertive at 360, 660 for Moo Ball, Adolescence at 12, Typhoon 13, Gallant at 14, 20 for Pinstripe, 11 for My Jabril, 16 for Cablamo, and the well-backed one that gets the run, Kane Smitzer, it is at 740 with Glenn Boss to ride. So he's got to get in, get changed, so there's little doubt that the race will run late, because he's riding Kane Smitzer in this 8th event on the card. I think for David Hall as well. So they could be having a very big day if it gets up as well. Now we're going to take a break and come back with more. Right after that, we'll be speaking with more of the leading lights there on Cup Day. Wayne Hawkes to come after this on Sky. Connections, Glenn Boss, David Hall still celebrating. Photos being taken after the Melbourne Cup. Presentation's about to conclude. Bossy needs to get in and get into the colours of David Hall's representative, Kane Smitzer, in the next. So it is a big chance too. Wayne Hawkes has a couple of good chances, or the John Hawkes stable represent. Cablamo's won its last 4. It's well in the market too. And there it is, and it's in the market at 15. Some money, My Jabril too. And of course, Kane Smitzer. Hall Boss combinations into 560. Storm Attack. Alfie usually prefers the sting out of the ground.
Yes, I would have thought so. Although, I tell you what, he's done a good job to be upstanding as long as he has. He's had a pretty tough campaign and still looks all right.
I think this time last year, Ganamata was in very good form. It might have even won the Kyneton Cup, from my memory.
I think from memory, you're spot on there, Chris. And, again, looks okay.
So assertive, beautifully bred, Zabeel, assertive lass. Hasn't won a lot of races and ran fourth in the Coonji.
And desperately unlucky behind Frightening in the Coonji. It was over on the inside where there wasn't a great deal of speed on, got held up. I thought the run was very good, genuine chance, and looks good.
Number 4, Moo Ball, Luke Curry, was out of form until he'd improved to run 5th in the Seymour Cup. Chance here?
Yeah, I can concede him with a genuine chance. He races well here, has drawn a bit wide though.
Adolescence, good galloper for John Hawkes, good third Caulfield in the Coonji.
Yeah, he's been a good galloper, and you know his recent form has been very solid indeed, and you could concede him a chance.
Anthony Cummings has got Typhoon firing again. Darren Beedman rides, but an 8-year-old. Good winner though at Rose Hill.
Yes, you know, age doesn't worry him all that much all the time, and I think you'll find that he'll go okay. He's like us, Chris.
Exactly. I'm not so sure about that, actually. Galante or Gallant. Bart Cummings can certainly gallop this one.
It certainly can, and look, it's been a little bit of a drifter on course, but it does really look pretty good in the mounting enclosure.
Pinstripe, it's been around the mark of late without winning, though.
Yeah, changed trainers some time back, and I reckon this guy's done a really good job with the horse and continues to look well. No, he's a tough competitor, and his performance in the Coonji was very good indeed, very solid.
Well, Prince Hal ran a good race at Werribee and had won at Cranbourne before that, but is at big odds today.
Yes, I just think it's weight of money in places, but in my opinion, this has got out to ridiculous odds. Yeah, might want it a little bit softer. However, he's performed on reasonable tracks before. I actually backed it in the Werribee Cup and it was a touch unlucky. I reckon it's got a chance.
Well, I reckon if C Senor wins, well, it's a write-your-own-ticket situation too. It's been right out of form.
Yeah, he was disappointing his last start. Previous to that, it wasn't too bad. One thing about him, though, you can rest assured, in a race like this over this distance, he will go forward, and his best chance is, in fact, if he leads.
The lightly raced Mai Jabril, El Moxie, Gelding, John Hawkes trains, could be a chance.
2 runs back this time, square across the board on the tote, ready to go.
Wild Heart was racing in Darwin there. It in fact won the Darwin Cup and has had a 1 run in Victoria. Any chance for Graham Rogerson?
I was actually in Darwin when it raced up there, and I thought conditions suited perfectly there. It didn't draw in, it drew out and worked forward, had every chance. Really needs everything to go right for it, but temperamental.
Well, I tell you what, the Danny Williams stable, they've just won a race at Randwick and they plonked heavily on Sentimental Tour. They'll probably back up here with Kablamo at nice odds. It's won its last 4.
Yeah, been very solid on course too, and here should go forward and get a reasonable run. Yeah, could be a chance, looks okay.
Paladama, it's been disappointing of late.
Yeah, I really can't have it. I liked it at Moonee Valley and it did disappoint me there. No, I'd be prepared to risk it.
And the interesting runner is this 5-year-old by Zabeel. David Hall, Glenn Boss combine again with Kane Smitzer. 6 starts, 4 wins, 2 seconds. It's done nothing wrong.
Chris, what do they always say? Get on the train. It's been well supported on course. It absolutely blitzed its rivals at Seymour. I'm just hoping there's no fire in the track because it needs a little bit of give in it to really let go, given the fact this horse is a 5-year-old and it's only had 6 starts, this being its 7th. So I think you've really got to pay attention to that, but it's flying.
Toot, toot. I'm on the train, Alfie. Sir Bollinger, give it any chance. It's $107.
Yeah, you can write your own ticket out there.
Okay, thanks, Alf. All right, they're about to head out to the start. They're going to run late. It will be 6 to 7 or 8 minutes late, this race. So Assertive, the favourite. Very well back now, Kane Smitzer, as people jump aboard the train. As Alfie said, it's into 5:30, Moo Ball next, and then Mai Jabril and Galante. We'll take a break. We're coming back with more. It's Cup Day on Sky.
One more time.
challenging Kane Smitzer and then Moo Ball. My Jabril at 11 and Galante at 13 at Adolescence 13. Let's go to Greg at Flemington.
Comes up, Typhoon to move up, so is Moo Ball. And Paladama looks as though it'll be the last and they'll be set and ready to go. 1800 metres the distance. Gunnamatta is in. Gallant is about to be shunted into the stalls. So we wait for Paladama, Moo Ball and Typhoon to move in. Kane Smitzer have been the best back runner here. So we're just about ready. Waiting for Moo Ball to be the last. And Paladama just waiting for Typhoon to settle. Si Senor stands up well. Now Typhoon might have been in the wrong gate. Now he goes into the right stall. And now Paladama comes up with Moo Ball. Moo Ball the first of those two to be positioned. And Paladama will be the last. Si Senor stands up well. Adolescence ready with So Assertive. Kane Smitzer stands up well. Paladama coming up to the outside gate. Typhoon is ready. Sir Bollinger stands well. Storm Attack. Paladama's in and they're off and racing now. Si Senor near the inside began well. So Assertive out okay. My Jabril not far away. Adolescence and Kablamo going forward from Sir Bollinger. Storm Attack and Kane Smitzer deep going up. And then comes Pinstripe, being followed by Gallant, getting back in the second half of the field. Wildheart is back there as they go around the top section of the track, and they're followed by Gunnamatta. And then comes Prince Hal a long way back, and so too is Moo Ball on company with Typhoon, and Paladama's last of all. Over the back towards the 1100 metres mark they run. Si Senor out by 2. Kane Smitzer gets to second. 2 to Kablamo, 1 Storm Attack, 3 Sir Bollinger, 1 to Adolescence. Another length and a half to Pinstripe on the outside of So Assertive. 2.5 My Jabril inside Gunnamatta. Then comes Moo Ball, Wildheart, Prince Hal, Paladama and Typhoon sees them all. In along towards the 800 metres mark. Si Senor by 1.5. Kane Smitzer's breathing down its neck to Kablamo. 1 length Storm Attack from Adolescence, followed by Sir Bollinger, Pinstripe. The next is Gallant between runners from Gunnamatta inside. So Assertive from Moo Ball. My Jabril, Wildheart's a long way back, and so is Prince Hal, Paladama and Typhoon is last. So Senor leads for home at the 500 metres mark. Kane Smitzer's away from the fence now, and in the straight Si Senor leads by 1. Kane Smitzer after it from Storm Attack, Kablamo, Sir Bollinger. The next is Adolescence and Typhoon trying to get through with My Jabril. It's Kane Smitzer going to Si Senor at the 200. Storm Attack gets into the clear. Kablamo is coming, so is So Assertive. Kane Smitzer hits the lead. Kablamo, Sir Bollinger and So Assertive coming home well. It's Kablamo inside the 100 metres mark, and Kane Smitzer, My Jabril on the fence, but Kablamo's got to the lead close to home. Kablamo beats Kane Smitzer, My Jabril, Sir Bollinger fourth. From So Assertive, the next home in the race was Typhoon. From Moo Ball, Adolescence and Prince Hal, Storm Attack. The next home, Si Senor, Gunnamatta, Gallant, Wildheart, Paladama, and last home is Pinstripe.
Nice win that. Kablamo going very well for the Williams stable, and they've had a big day because they've had a win at Randwick as well. And the numbers there, 15, 17, 13. Kablamo, Kane Smitzer, My Jabril, and 19 was fourth. 19 being Sir Bollinger. $40,698 will be the first four in NSW. $40,698. And you see the other details there. After the running of race 8 at Flemington, this horse has now won 5 in a row. And he's a pretty good galloper too, going very, very well. Now, we've got Randwick due. We've just got to get a fourth number at Morfordville. 439 we've got so far. We'll get the fourth number shortly. But let's head to Randwick now. Late mail with Tony Brassel.
Race 6 at Randwick. Open race, several chances, that's for sure. I've got 10-1 off a provincial win last time. Showed plenty of tenacity winning that day. And he was coming back after a bit of a break. He really appears a touch trimmer this afternoon. So we'll make it 10-1-9-5. That's race 6 at Randwick.
6 on the program is the Elmer Projects handicap, and on the tote 380 about 10 swing on, 430 for number 1 Lodgent. This race is over the distance of 1,800 metres. Previous race won by Sentimental Tour. It beat Connoisseur, Major and Abolition. So it's been a successful double for trainer Danny Williams and connections, because Kablamo has just won the previous in Melbourne. So a great day for all concerned. Ready now. Set to run. They're off. Lodgent jumped away nicely from the inside. Craigley Fame, Larceny conflicting and swing on all into stride well. Trillion Delight up looking for the lead from the wide alley. Then Mission Statement, Shalang hover next to last, and Absolute Moo to the back of the track, and Trillion Delight persevering for the lead will get it now. And into the back straight proper. It's Trillion Delight leading the way from swing on second. Third Posse is conflicting, and Craigley Fame is running fourth, followed by Larceny on the inside. A length and a half then to Mission Statement, who's out pretty wide. Shalang in the middle. Lodgent back on the rails now. 2 lengths to Hover, a length and a half to Moo. Trillion Delight bowling along in its characteristic posse, and is out by about 3 lengths now. Second swing on as they go round the far corner. Third conflicting, and fourth is Craigley Fame, followed closely by Larceny. Mission Statement covering ground, then Shalang, followed by Lodgent. Hover next to last, and Moo is Absolute, and would be some 15 lengths from the leader Trillion Delight, who at the 800 leads about 4.5 or so. Swing on second, conflicting on the rails, 2.5 then Mission Statement wide. Craigley Fame in the middle, Larceny on the fence, then another line of 3. Shalang between Lodgent, the rails, and Hover wider out, and still 3 or 4 lengths Absolute is Moo as they come to the corner, and Trillion Delight is the leader, and at the 500 is about 3.5 clear, conflicting and swing on. A length and a half further away in the field is Craigley Fame from Larceny, Mission Statement, Shalang. Lodgent over on the inside from Moo, and Absolute is Hover, but Trillion Delight makes the run down past the 250, still about 3 lengths clear. Shalang to second. Swing on can do no better, and Lodgent away from the rails is starting to knuckle down to his work as Trillion Delight is getting very tired. Here comes the South Coast galloper Lodgent. Trillion Delight stopping. Lodgent is fast, reeling him in. Lodgent finishing right over Trillion Delight, and Lodgent has beaten Trillion Delight, and Shalang followed by conflicting. Then Swing On followed by Craigley Fame, Larceny, a long margin Mission Statement, and tailed right off was Hover. Number 1, and that is Lodgent, has taken the 6th, the Elmer Projects handicap for Rodney Quinn and trainer Ray Wheatley at Callaroo down on the South Coast. Number 1, geez, he's been knocking at the door, Lodgent. A second at Canterbury at Takas, second at Canberra, third at Canberra, second at Canterbury at a night meeting. That's going back to the 3rd of April, but he's had the 3 runs from that Canterbury night meeting. He's been getting very close to a win, and he got it here today.
A nice win that, Lodgent, 420, 190, defeating Trillion Delight, and Shalang getting 3rd. Now, possibly 8th, 4th, but we will get that confirmed in a moment after the running of race 6 on the card for your first 4s. Now, at Eagle Farm, we better get some late mail as they're heading out now for the running of race number 5 on the card here, and the one scratching number 7, which was a late one. Here's Larry with the late mail.
Yes, Chris.
Thanks, Larry. Now there's the divs at Randwick. Lodgent, 421.90 over Trillion Delight and Shalang, 43.70, $86 and 543 the trifecta. The first 4, 1, 4, 7 and 8, 4,404.50. 4,404.50. Ascot, we've got Ray. There's Lewinsky. There's the top 8. And applicant in an open race, still the favourite over ACDC Lewinsky.